here's Brody Brazil.
The voicemail line, it's always open. It's always ready for your call at 833-4-BRODY. You know, I love to hear about videos you think I should be making and topics you think I should be covering right here on the channel. I take everything to heart because I literally listen to every single message that comes in, and then I get to play back and respond to the very best.
Hey, Brody, it's Phil in Orange County.
Hey, Phil.
I'm looking at this Cardinals story from over the weekend and need you to settle a major debate for me.
All right.
Baseball is obsessed with the unwritten rules. So what is the official etiquette for a manager-sponsored shirtless section? Is there a dress code for not wearing clothes? Oliver Marmol publicly embraced the Stephen F. Austin Club baseball team, initiating a shirtless section in the stands and purchased tickets for them the rest of the weekend to ensure they would return for subsequent games.
It's true.
Even inviting the student athletes into the clubhouse to thank them. We've seen the Tarps off trend take over hockey locker rooms and football pregames, but Ollie Marmol is bringing it straight to the bleachers. Is this the future of fan engagement, Brody? Or has Ollie just spent too much time in the St. Louis humidity?
I got to tell you, Phil, and great call, as usual, as always. I'm here for it because of just the way this played out, right? You've got a club college baseball team in town in St. Louis for their Club World Series, D2 World Series of collegiate baseball. And so they get to go on a Friday night to a St. Louis Cardinals game, and they want to have fun. They want to have a good time there. So they took all their shirts off. And not just this baseball team. When I show you the crowd section in just a second, you're going to say, wait, there's like 300 people as part of this baseball team. No, that's not it. They started it. They got everybody else in the nearby sections to do it and join them out in right field up in the second deck. The Cardinals go on to win this game in the bottom of the 11th in a walk-off. And here's what the Cardinals manager said about the situation entirely afterwards.
Whoever started that in right field, I'll do whatever I need to do to make sure they come every game, because that was awesome. Not only them, but everybody that showed up today. That was a fun environment. Go ahead.
You guys could feel that from the...
Are you kidding me? Yeah, you can feel it, man. It's awesome, and it creates an environment where it's not only filling this place up, it's making it a tough place for other teams to come in and play. That's what makes a difference, and that was pretty damn cool. So, yeah, I'll sign up for that every day.
Now, the one problem is this college baseball team, they're obviously not from St. Louis. They were in town for their own World Series tournament, which they had to miss Sunday's game. They were there on Friday night. They got invited back on Saturday. And in fact, Ollie Marmol did take them inside the Cardinals clubhouse after the game. How awesome is that? And all of this so super organic, right? And we'll talk about how this trend has now taken off. We saw it at Tropicana Field on Monday night. We saw it at Angel Stadium on Monday night. So this is taking off, but how it started. A baseball team just wanting to have some fun at a game. They got loud, they got rowdy. The manager noticed, like the manager during the baseball game noticed, look at that section up there. And he's saying it inspired our team to victory. So very cool. And honestly, on the part of Ollie Marmol, to see them on Friday night, to have his team make the ticket offer and say, hey guys, we want to bring you back. And they literally had, he tweeted it out. They put up a thing on Cardinals.com or the MLB website for the Cardinals, basically saying, here, if you want your free tickets, here's how to get them. We want everybody in this new Tarps off section. But again, the way this played out, I think it's so cool. This is such a human story combined with sports, and it's just a really unique connection. But this baseball team is from Texas. Did I forget to mention that before? So this can't continue forever. In fact, as you're watching this on Tuesday, May 19th, tonight, the team is going to be able to attend their last Cardinals game before they're taking off out of town. So they went on Friday night for that walk-off. They got invited back for Saturday. They got to do the clubhouse tour. They couldn't go to Sunday's game because, they had their own baseball game to play in the College Club World Series. Monday was off for the Cardinals, and tonight, Tuesday night, the Cardinals are going to play the Pittsburgh Pirates. So this team will be back, but this won't last forever. This is a club baseball team from Texas. They don't get much attention. I think it's so cool that all of a sudden people are like, who are these kids? Where are they from? Now everybody in the world is simply rooting for these kids just because they showed up. And I say kids, they're college student athletes, but they showed up to have a good time. And I'll say this, they got rowdy. They got noticed. From what I could tell, they didn't cross any lines. Like, you understand when the beers are flowing and the shirts come off. And I just saying, like, from what I can see, they just kept it PG. They kept it fun. And that's really cool because, again, sometimes these things do take steps beyond tastefulness, and then we're getting out of the point where it probably doesn't deserve the attention. But this is really cool. This deserves the attention. Ollie Marmol to provide tickets, and I don't care whether the Cardinals gave them away because they're in the second deck out in right field, or if they actually did charge for them or whatever they did. It doesn't matter. If he paid for them or not, doesn't matter. He initiated them coming back. He welcomed them back on Saturday. They're coming back again tonight on Tuesday. And to open up the doors of the clubhouse, you think about it. How many times in a baseball season does a group get a clubhouse tour initiated by the manager? That's pretty cool. And that's something that these kids will never forget. And whether any of them are going to go on and play any kind of professional baseball, the odds are probably against that or not. They got to experience this. They got to see something very cool just for showing up and having a good time and trying to make an influence in a baseball game. And again, kids from Texas going to college in Texas up in St. Louis, these kids aren't even from the region necessarily. They just decided to have fun at a Cardinals game because they were there on a Friday night. But I think it was very cool of Ollie Marmol to say what he did and do what he did. I don't know that there's a lot of big league managers who are that flexible. A lot of them maybe are a little bit more stiff. Oh, I saw it. Very cool. Yeah, let's move on. We won a baseball game. He decided to go the extra mile, and that's really cool. Okay, so is this catching on? Because last night, I'm preparing this video, and I'm seeing that at Tropicana Field at a Rays game. Now, it was a smaller crowd, still a bunch of young people, young boys, young men that were out there and decided to replicate what they saw at Busch Stadium. Same thing at an Angels game out in left field. Now, the Angels one also came with sell the team chants. So maybe these are separate movements here. But again, to see this spread across Major League Baseball, now that the social media side is aware of what happened in St. Louis, we're talking about it here. Is this going to be a trend across Major League Baseball? And Phil, to your point, I don't know so much about managers opening the door for this to happen, but are fans simply going to see what happened and every team and their fan base wants to try and copy this? Will it last the rest of this month? I mean, it's almost the second half, the final stretch of May. Will it last until June? Will we see fans doing this in July? Will we see fans doing this the rest of the season? It is the hot time of the year. Like going tarps off at the end of March in Denver, maybe not your best proposition, right? A little cold, but obviously in dome stadiums and on a hot night in St. Louis, I guess it works. Will this catch on? Will this be a trend? And once again, I forgot to mention the name of this school, the Stephen F. Austin Club team. They're back tonight one more time at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. So I imagine they'll get even more attention. They'll get some kind of cool send-off. They're a good luck charm for the St. Louis Cardinals, who, by the way, lost the game on Sunday because they weren't there. So everybody's thinking, all right, for superstition's sake, we need you at the game tonight. And yes, they will be back. So tarps off as a trend in Major League Baseball. You love it? You hate it? Do you care? Do you not care? Is this going away soon? Or is this going to stick around and last for a little bit? Let me know in the comments section below. Also, can't wait to see you back here for the next one.
Comment, like, and subscribe right now for daily Brody Brazil videos here on YouTube.